back to the 2017 Rippit Open. Front 9 from the first round. Isaac Heinen has opened up a lead over Brandon by 2 shots. Hole 10, par 3, 276 feet. Pretty straightforward. It is uphill. It doesn't look like it, but that basket's about 15 feet above the tee. Got a low ceiling. You got to have a power shot, nice and flat, scooted up to the basket. It's a pretty simple hole, but you have to execute. You have to commit. Brandon hits a ninja branch on the right side.
That still works. Still up there. Wow. Yeah, it fought like crazy.
And it's low ceiling, like I said. You have to keep it low. Isaac is working it. That was a little too high. There it is. There's that ceiling I'm telling you about. And he rolls off to the right pretty badly. Coop going over everything. And doesn't quite work out for him. He's short of the main guardian tree on the fairway. Jake's working that flex shot, and he finishes pin high. He had the best shot of the bunch. Good opportunity for a deuce. Isaac trying to convert from about 45, 50 feet away. Hangs it out wide right. That is a fast green. Jake ended up going long. Good effort by him though. Almost gets the deuce. And Brandon, never mind. Brandon did get up there a good bit. He hit that early stuff, but it didn't kill him. It just took some power off, some velocity off of his disc. And everybody walks away with a disappointing 3. This is one of those holes you want to get. It's not that difficult. Hole 11, straight uphill, 222 feet, but that basket's about 40 feet above you, 12 meters. You gotta work that left to right shot, nice and open green once you get up there. A couple little branches here and there that can affect where you end up. Overall, not a difficult hole. Brandon is lining up a forehand. And that was ideal. Right down the fairway, right down the middle. Well executed shot by Brandon. Isaac looking to follow suit.
Oh, I just got shoved. Yeah, I got hit.
And he must have caught a little tailwind because the disc did not hyzer out, just dropped out of the sky. He is left with a tester. He's got a long putt left ahead of him. Cooper going with the forehand also.
Yep.
He gives it good power. Jake says, looks like a good idea. I will also throw a forehand. This one came out early. He's out on the right. Doesn't look like he got much distance on it. But he's closer than Isaac, so he must have gotten some power on it. Don't know if Isaac just missed that one badly like that, or if he was expecting a little tailwind to help him out. Just a little off Cooper and Jake with their putts. Good putt. With that, Brandon gets one stroke closer. He is only one shot away from Isaac. That brings us to hole 12, one of my favorite holes on the course. It is a tunnel shot, and towards the end of this tunnel, you gotta make it fade right. You wanna throw a hyzer flip, then it's gonna go downhill, and the basket sits on the right side, just past the little ravine slash creek. Really cool hole. Demands precise execution with power. Just like that. Brandon doing what he was supposed to do on that hole. That's how you throw it. And that puts the pressure on the next player. It's not the easiest shot to execute to your liking. And that did not flip. He is up on the right side, and it's trouble. There's a lot of disc golf, a lot of room that he needs to travel from there to the basket, and there are tons of trees in the way. Nice power forehand by Cooper. He is all the way down there, out of trouble, should have a very easy up and down for his par. Isaac left with a difficult approach for his par. Which I almost don't like calling this hole a par 3. It feels like it should be a par 4. You know, distance says 3 all day, but it requires a very well executed shot to get down there for a birdie. So let's just call it a very difficult par 3. Isaac is having quite an adventure on hole 12 this first round. Anything left or right of the fairway, you really, it really tests you. Your scrambling game has to be in tip-top shape. Well done by Cooper, and we all saw his forehand. It went down there a good ways, and he's still 120, 140 feet away from the basket on his second shot for his second shot. Well done by Jake. That is what you're supposed to do with a approach shot from that distance. You can't leave yourself any kind of putt. It has to be within 5 feet.
Are you serious?
Not like that. I don't know what he hit. That's a little ninja branch again. So, look at it shaking right there. In case you've never heard the term ninja branch, that basically refers to a little branch that came out of nowhere. You didn't see it and it killed you. After such a good drive, that's how far he was from the basket. That's why I don't consider this a par 3. It is so difficult to get a 2 on this hole. Kind of hard to call that just a birdie. Good putt by Isaac, but that is still a 5, a double bogey for him. Good 3 by Cooper. Jake will tap in his bogey 4. And Brandon will tap in his par. Two-stroke swing. Brandon takes the lead by 1. Hole 13. This hole is tricky. 250 feet. It's up there on the left side of the hill. Pick your route. You can go straight at it. You can flex a turnover. You can go wide and set yourself up for a long putt. Many different ways to approach this hole. It's whatever you see. There is no fairway to it. That worked pretty good for Brandon. He threw the forehand flex route. Coop trying to do the same thing. And he fluffed it up in the air, didn't put much behind it, hits a tree and falls straight down.
Get up there somehow.
Way short. That was too steep. Just wasn't going to get the distance unless he really, really crushed it, which he didn't. Looked like he was trying to play a little glide to it, but didn't execute it that way. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is an evil roll away. He was up there probably within 40 feet. And now he's just looking for an up and down for par. And that goes chains high. Excellent run by Isaac. Trying to make some lemonade from the lemons he got on this hole. This is Coop for a par save. Short, low. And Brandon's forehand. One of the better drives I have seen on this hole ever to be that close. Excellent job. Routine 15-footer for Isaac. Certainly disappointed with the outcome on this hole. Coop gets the only bogey of the bunch, drops back down to even. Brandon gets one more on Isaac. Two-shot lead going into 14. 14 down the gully, back up. Can't really see the basket. Here you have the short pin placement right there with the red PVC pipe, and then it's up to the right, another 80 feet. Basket sitting about 30 feet above your head from there. So you want to kind of throw it across the ravine. Brandon is going with a overhand shot, trying to just go over all the trees and dump it down by the basket. You have this shot, or you have the straight at it shot.
That tree actually might have helped you there.
And that one went off straight left. He didn't execute that shot correctly. It needed to be that the disc needed to be at a flatter angle towards the left, and it came out. He had that from left to right. Didn't quite get his wrist over the shot, is what I'm trying to say.
It's done. It's okay. I think it's all right.
Now these are the types of shots that Cooper knows very well. And did you see the corkscrew on that one? He got batted down. That had some power. Jake finished on the left by the more difficult of the pin placements on this hole. Oh, and he just gets batted down. Before he gets on the green, he'll have a tester left. A lot of meat left on that bone still. Coop doing a good job, just pitching up. Just misses right. This course is so scenic right now with the leaves changing. Excellent fall weather. It was cool but not cold. Just high. Hits the number plate. Avoids the big skip off the top of the basket. Brandon misses an opportunity to get even further away from Isaac on that one, leaving it just short. Everybody will get their 3. Jake will get a 4, unfortunately. 15, pretty little hole, 252 feet. Nice little drop, probably about 20-30 foot drop. The pond is the only out of bounds here. That bridge goes over a little, what would be a creek, kind of gully, but there's no water in it. Brandon releases that low, right, and flat. Not the shot shape you need for success on this particular hole. That's more like it, but it's got skip factor coming in at that angle. Now I'll point you to something that you may not have seen. There are 3 telephone lines going across over the pond. You can see them right there where the zooms in. So you kind of want to avoid those. Cooper going long and into the right. He will almost certainly not have a chance at a 2 from where he ended up. Jake throws something stable, really good shot, and he hit the pole. Cooper pitches up. He had no look at the basket. Really good effort. This is an easy hole. It's tricky in a way, but it's very disappointing to walk away from with a 3. Very disappointing because it's so short. Isaac gets one back from Brandon. And Jake with his drop in 2. It is a one-shot game with 3 holes to go. Hole 16, 366 feet, long hole. Got a 54-foot drop-off. That's 16 meters from top to bottom. Got a lot of stuff to deal with at the very beginning. You have to be very accurate, and that's basically it. You want to get out of the hill, down to the flat ground. First and foremost, you've got to get out. That was a perfect shot. That was going right at the basket. That branch deflected him. Took all the wind out of his sails on that one. High release. Bounces up in the air. No forward momentum after that one. Brandon skipped it off of a rock. He threw a worm burner. Early release, just fell out of his hand, hits a rock 25 feet in front of him, and it basically flexes him out to a complete flight. Isaac was not very amused by that one. ...230 feet left for Jake. That was perfect. What a good approach by Jake on that one. Little steam there. Leaves himself circle's edge putt. Cooper is on the right. Pitches out. Well done. Well done. Leaves himself a 12-footer. Brandon trying to capitalize on his fortunate kick. And he won't be disappointed with that. He knows where he coulda, shoulda been. That was a long, aggressive putt. Right to left wind. When you expose that bottom to the wind like that, that's the nightmare scenario on putts like that. When you have a hyzer release putt, and he leaves himself the same distance for his comeback. Nice, excellent comeback. Still a 4, but avoids the 5. Easy 3 for Brandon. And after a very good approach, Jake gets his 3. Two strokes with 2 to go. Brandon leads it with 5 under par. Hole 17, 333 feet. Okay, you have a creek on the left, got a lot of water in it, but it is casual. It is not out of bounds. This is the final stretch of the course. Holes 17 and 18 are rather similar. Pretty flat, no elevation. Jake releases this one high, eats up all of his distance. Brandon threw something kind of stable there. It looks like he tried to get over on it, make it go flat, but it hyzered the whole way. There is a bit of a right to left wind, and he is off to the left early.
Get in the air.
Good line, puts no air on it though. Coop is way short. Isaac is not having any luck right now. That's another good shot. Blocked by the branches. Threw it a little high though, put it in danger. Low ceiling approach. This is Brandon's disc. Clearly in the water. And the group was not sure whether that was out of bounds or if it was casual. Brandon will play a provisional shot, meaning he will play it as if it was out of bounds, and he'll play it as if it's casual. This is his casual play shot. So he pulls distance directly in line from the basket, away, directly behind the lie. So if he taps that out, it's a 3. This is his shot as if it were out of bounds. So he pulls in his meter from where it went in out of bounds. Tries the turbo putt. If it's out of bounds, that would be a 4. However, after the round, they concluded that it was casual after discussing with the tournament director. And he will card a 3 on this hole. No bogey stroke incurred. Isaac makes his 20-foot putt after his approach ran a little bit long on those leaves. For newer tournament players, anytime you're in doubt, always play the provisional. Get both outcomes and discuss with your tournament director what the correct ruling is. Never assume it's one way or the other. Hole 17, Brandon goes into hole 18 with a 2-throw lead. 351 feet, a lot of trouble on the left. Got that ditch, it's very thick, very wooded. You want to get out to that flat plateau area. And there's another guardian tree right before the basket, almost even with it. You want to throw your shot long enough to curl around it. That's the only way you're going to get your 2 on this hole. It's a pump. Jake carded a nice deuce on hole 17. And I thought he had landed short on that one, but he gets his deuce anyway. He's out of trouble. He's got to look at the basket from there. Not overly difficult one. Cooper going with a forehand roller again.
Yes, sir.
And that's the shot on this hole. Nice, powerful, flat driver, overstable. Let it hyzer in left. Good shot by Isaac. Don't think that one went far enough. He is dealing with that last tree right there, that short tree. And it is between him and the basket. Jake didn't quite get around that tree. Clips the branches and is short. He is clear of it. He's not in his way, but he's got some work left. This is what Brandon is faced with by not getting a little further out, down the fairway with his drive. Coop's forehand roller worked really well. Nice uphill putt. Unfortunately, he misses it. Oh no. Brandon still playing. Good putt by Isaac. gets his deuce. Jake leaves it low. He will settle for a 4. Now Brandon's got a putt to make. Not bad. He's only 15 feet away, slightly uphill. But he needs this if he wants to go into the clubhouse tied with Isaac. High, but in. Bogey for Brandon. Finishes the round with a 52, 4 under, tied with Isaac. Jake and Curtis looking forward to the next round. Join us for the final round. It'll be a 5-zone. Lucas, David, Nicholas, Kevin, and Isaac will be playing together on the final round of the 2017 Rippit Open. Join me for some excellent golf out in Ozawkee, Kansas.